Hey there, guys. By the way, I've always got to laugh at my thumbnails because they just always look terrible. But anyway, yeah, video Slack here. And by the way, there's a reason why I'm making this video. I've even talked about in the past how sometimes I'll see these people talking about, certain companies, caring for them, or just caring in general. Companies and corporations are around to take your money and find ways to take your money, or legitimately, at the very least, get money out of you, whether it's a product or a statement, etc. And it's also the same with YouTubers and else. Now, am I gonna sit here and act like I'm your guys' friend? No, I'm not. But, I do hate to see people that are being taken advantage of or being told something that isn't really true. And it always just grinds my gears when people just are completely full of shit, to say the least. Now, this person states here, Ricky from the Doll channel gives you his personal cell and texts you pretty quick, like texting a friend. And I said, I've actually done this before myself, but stopped doing it after going through enough scammers and people trying to sell me junk I don't need. And it said, but also take it from me, they don't know you and are not your friend, though I'm sure that they are very nice. Now, do I think Ricky from the Doll channel is a nice person? I mean, sure. I mean, I don't have any evidence to state that he is not a nice person and, he runs a legitimate channel, etc. But, does this person know what your birthday is? Do they come to your birthday parties? And not just Rick, of course, but just any YouTuber or just anybody that runs a company in general. Do these people actually know who you are? And, do they have intense conversations with you on a daily basis or on a weekly basis? And the answer lots of times is going to be no. They do not know who you are. They are not your friends. I don't know who you are. Now, recently there have been some people that have said, "Hey, how can I directly contact you? I want to talk to you." But the thing is, I would do that sometimes, or at least more often. But the thing is, I'm kind of private with my life, but also, I know I've told you guys about some things about my life, but I'm also very private about certain other parts of my life too. You know, and you also don't need to know all the current events that have been going on. I've talked about what's happened in the past because I moved on from the past, but currently been more private about my current life, and you don't need to know everything about my life, obviously. And I'm sure that the people, at least most of them, are nice that ask me about direct contact, but I just don't always have the time. And I just kind of have my own thing that I'm doing here and my own work that I need to get done. I work 12-hour shifts lots of times. I get days off at least, but I work 12-hour shifts. I come back home, I'm fucking tired. And then, sometimes I'm too tired to make a video or even have enough time to make a script for a video. And oh my God. But I think you get the point. But anyway, that's at least the gist of what's going on right now. Now, there's a chance that I might contact somebody or talk to somebody about something, like let's say if it's somebody that wants to collaborate, maybe a bit, maybe sometimes I might contact them sometimes if they seem like they might be legitimate, that is. But otherwise, what you want to talk about is on here. That, and actually early this year, there was somebody that wanted to personally ask me a question. And so I gave them some of my contact information. And when they were contacting me early this year, as well as late last year, I wasn't able to get back to them and answer their questions very often. And they ended up buying a Love Doll anyway without me even looking at their site, because I just didn't really have the time back then. But when I did look at their sites that they were asking me about, I was just like, yeah, man, like this site doesn't look very legitimate. And he's like, well, I already bought a doll from there anyway. And I'm just like, okay, did you at least like make sure that it was a legitimate site before you bought a love doll from there? And he said no. And then I'm just like, okay, you didn't even verify that this love doll site was a legitimate site and you just bought from them anyway. And then he started sending me all these other pictures of products, and he would state things like, "Oh, I paid like $2,000 for this, even though it's only worth 500,000. I mean, not 500,000, $500. And but I paid 2,000 for it. I hope it's worth it." And I'm just like, okay, you're kind of, let's get something straight here. What are you saying here? You paid some $2,000 for something that is only supposed to be worth 500. Okay, what the fuck are you doing here? Are you a legitimate customer, or what's going on here? And then they answered back to me saying shit like, "Oh, you read what I was saying wrong and everything." And I said, "No, I'm literally putting down what you have texted towards me. Are you legitimate or not?" I mean, now I'm asking you if you're legitimate. Are you a legitimate customer, or are you some a-hole trying to sell me shit? And then, of course, soon after that, I blocked him. But you just never know who you're going to meet on the internet. Sometimes it might be a legitimate person. Sometimes it's somebody trying to scam you. You just never know. But as far as YouTubers actually, you know, just people in general that don't know you, etc., who are nice people, but they don't really care about you. And I see people like this all the time that think that these people care about them just because they're nice. Somebody being nice to you isn't an indication that they care about you. Just so you know. But with that being said, I will just end this video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.